I'm Sarah Jensen, editor of OEM Off-Highway, and welcome to Design and Engineering Insights. Today I'll be speaking with Amy Rice, CEO of Sy-Klone International, about some of the trends the company is seeing regarding cab air filtration. Thank you for joining me today, Amy.
Thanks for having me, Sarah.
So if you could maybe just kind of start with talking about some of the trends you guys are seeing, or maybe some of the industry challenges regarding cab air quality and heavy-duty equipment.
Sure. The principal trend that we're seeing that is also a major challenge for the industry is how to address operator health risks. So there is harmful respirable particulate matter in almost all of the major work sites that contribute to our global economy. So sectors like mining and forestry, agriculture, emergency services, construction, all of these work sites deal with respirable dust and debris. Let me share a few statistics with you, actually. This is a global issue. In Europe, it's estimated that the percentage of site workers potentially exposed to respirable crystalline silica is around 41% as of 2018, and it has stayed steady at that level for over a decade. In Australia, it's estimated that 19% of COPD cases were attributed to work-related exposure. In Canada, annually in Ontario alone, there are an estimated 142,000 workers exposed to crystalline silica, which causes almost 200 lung cancer cases annually. And here in the US, an estimated 1.3 million construction and industry workers are unfortunately exposed to asbestos on the job. Most lower lung occupational health diseases are caused by repeated exposure to these types of dust and debris found on work sites, but even a severe single exposure can be contributory to lung damage. So this is a major challenge for the industry, and one that all players are looking to rise up and address to benefit occupational health and safety. Secondarily, though, there are other air quality related issues, such as managing maintenance costs of heavy equipment. If there is dust and debris that's getting into the system, it will build up on the evaporator core of the HVAC system and cause more machine downtime, higher maintenance costs. There's a need to monitor for carbon dioxide and make sure that the air that the operator is breathing is at appropriate levels with respect to carbon dioxide. So looking across these issues, Sy-Klone is partnering with OEMs to proactively design systems for machines, and help to retrofit heavy equipment that's already in the field with air quality solutions for cabs to keep machine operators safe and keep work sites productive.
So are there any industry regulations or standards you guys are seeing currently to address some of these challenges, or that are maybe kind of being developed to address these?
Yeah, there are. Actually, there is a new international standard that is due to be published in the first quarter of 2021. It's a life cycle standard for mining equipment and cab air quality. It's called ISO 23875, and it's a really interesting standard to address the issues that are found in air quality control systems. In particular, it's a life cycle standard, which means it has specifications all the way from OEM design of a cab through to when a machine arrives at a work site to produce to work, all the way through regular maintenance cycles. And there is a certification process to ensure that a machine stays within compliance of the standard. The features of the standard are the following. One, it defines filtration efficiency. So historically, filtration has been rated in terms of efficiency at 0.3 microns, which is the size of a certain particle. And actually, a lot of harmful respirable particulate is smaller than zero point 0.3 microns. So there is a new filter efficiency standard that rates based on most penetrating particle size. And the point is it sets a higher threshold for filtration for respirable uses. The next feature of the standard is around defining acceptable carbon dioxide limits so that work sites can align around a common level of carbon dioxide that is safe for operators, and to bring in additional fresh air into the cab in the event that dilution is required. Third, it sets out requirements for both fresh air systems and recirculation systems, and in particular defines decay rates. So if there is dust and debris that is coming into the cab, there's a defined period of time in which the fresh air and recirculation systems have got to get that dust and debris diluted or decayed down to a level that is safe for breathing ongoing. Mm-hmm. Next, it establishes requirements around cab pressurization. Having a cab that is positively pressurized allows for the controlled environment and the ability to control air quality. And lastly, and really importantly, it requires real-time monitoring and alerting capability so that the operator knows and can take comfort in the fact that if any of the parameters get outside of defined limits, they will be alerted to that in real time.
And so then are there any key technologies that are being used currently to help ensure cab air quality, such as RESPA or HEPA filters? And what are some of the benefits maybe those technologies can offer? Are there any advancements in those technologies either you guys are developing or you're seeing within the industry?
Yeah, great question. And I'll talk a little bit about Sy-Klone's products. That's what gets us really excited about the work that we do. We offer an integrated solution for cab air quality featuring the RESPA system that you mentioned. And it offers pre-cleaning of air, filtration, as well as the monitoring component through the full system components. We have been designing specifically for cab air quality systems for more than a decade. This is a passion area for our company, and we have leading technology to help deliver clean air to machine operators in the most debris-laden environments. We're really excited. We have a new monitoring system that will be coming to market early next year. We plan to launch our RESPA Advisor in February of 2021. And it will be a pressure monitor as well as a carbon dioxide monitor. And it has the full alerting capability that I mentioned before. So we're really excited about that new product coming to market. And actually a moment on filters. We do produce filters, and in the industry, not all filters are created alike. And even when you think about HEPA filters, not all HEPA filters are equal. So our new radial shield filters, and particularly the HEPA media and that designation of our filters, arrests 99.95% of particles as small as 63 nanometers. And just to set that in context, a human hair is about 100,000 times larger than a 63 nanometer particle. So we're talking really small airborne particles. And we are more than 99.9% efficient at getting those particles out of the air that an operator will breathe. To set it into the prior standard that a lot are familiar with in the industry, this is 99.991% efficient at 0.3 microns. So again, the nanometer relation is the higher threshold that I made mention of in the ISO 23875 standard. Mm-hmm. But end to end, our systems and all components are designed for clean air. So we're really excited about the products that we can bring to market and the way that we can partner with both OEMs in the design of cabs on first fit, as well as how we can partner with work sites and end users to retrofit machines and create solutions that work in the dirtiest and the most debris-laden environments.
And have you guys found that the COVID-19 health crisis has brought about any new challenges or need for changes in cab air quality systems, or are most products today able to help with the potential need to keep those germs out of cab closures?
Bringing up COVID-19, and of course, it's been a huge challenge across the board and for all of us. It's been a challenge for us and protecting our workforce, in continuing to be able to manufacture and deliver as an essential supplier to a number of core industries that make up the global economy. But I think more pervasively in the environment, COVID-19 has elevated the importance and the awareness of the air that we breathe, and thinking about what may be airborne that we can't see, that's very small, and that if we breathe it, it's harmful to us. It has really brought a sort of perspective to that in all environments. And so as we talk about work sites, of course, there's a relevance there, and this is the work that Sy-Klone does. I talked a little bit about the size of particles, and let me tell you about the size of the COVID-19 disease particle. COVID-19 ranges in size between 60 and 140 nanometers. Mm-hmm. And again, as I mentioned, 63 nanometers is 100,000 times smaller than a human hair. So we're talking about something that you can't see, and it's tiny. So to have solutions that arrest particles that small reliably is a challenge, that the industry is going to have to rise to meet. And virus particles of, all different types of viruses are relevant, as are, respirable crystalline silica or asbestos or any of the other airborne particulates, that we find in the environments in which operators work. So the market is more focused now, and it's a great time to be addressing air quality solutions because it's top of mind for employees, it's top of mind for industrial hygienists and safety professionals, and it's top of mind for the general population.
Sy-Klone is working on some research to apply smart technology to cabin closures and air quality systems. Can you maybe talk about that research a little bit and the technology that's maybe being used and what benefits that might offer or the company hopes to achieve through the project?
Yeah, we're really excited about this. At core, Sy-Klone is, engineering and design, technology, and sort of cutting edge state-of-the-art work. And we've recently been awarded a contract by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and specifically their NIOSH division, which is the National Institute of Occupational Health and Safety, to develop a smart cab. And the idea is that we will perform research to identify best practices that allow us and ultimately the whole industry to actively monitor and adjust cab air quality conditions in real time. We're combining, cutting edge technology, Internet of Things enabled technology, with our decades of applied engineering experience in this area. So we will have, multiple sensors, active controls, machine-based data monitoring, as well as the opportunity for remote data monitoring. And it's really unprecedented in this space. The results of this work will allow OEMs to maintain clean air in machines in the most rigorous environments that are, of course, dusty. We've been talking about that, but, heavy vibration, extreme weather, work where the operator has got to enter and exit the cab on a regular basis. Our monitoring capability will allow for all of these elements that, heavy industry has got to operate through, and allow for clean air monitoring and active adjustment in that environment. So we're really excited about this work. And at the conclusion of it, we're excited to bring new solutions to market.
How long is the project? Is it over the next couple of years, or?
Yep, we expect the research to last about 18 months in duration. And we expect to have working prototypes in lab testing environments and field testing environments, towards the middle to end of next year.
Okay, great. And is it going to be aimed towards all types of heavy duty applications, or are there specific types of equipment you guys are kind of looking at, or?
Yeah, the monitoring system really will have utility in any enclosed cab environment. So all types of equipment and markets, be it wheel loaders or excavators or compactors, or there's a real range of machines and industries, and certainly global regions that will have a need for this. So we're trying to address a wide swath of the industry in a current demand.
The last question I had was if you could talk about how you maybe see cab air quality systems progressing in the future. Do you see sort of the smarter systems that you guys are working on being the way of the future, or are there other aspects you guys see coming into the industry?
Yeah, I do. Smart technologies are coming into all parts of our lives, and so too into industrial environments. Smart technology drives efficiency. It makes data more available, which allows for better monitoring, better business decisions, and ultimately healthier operators and a lower cost base. But I do see more smart technology, more real-time feedback from the systems, both for the operator and for site management. I see higher safety standards coming, across industries. I mentioned the ISO standard that is coming into place for mining, but I do expect that there will be comparable standards that are ultimately developed and adopted for other similar industries that are, in more rugged environments. And I think as safety standards are elevated, OEMs and industry players are going to be looking for, high quality solutions that integrate into an increasingly, high tech business model. And so I think, that's what's in store for us. And Sy-Klone is really looking forward to being on the front lines of that trend.
Well, great. Well, thank you again for taking the time to speak with me today about what you guys are working on and what you're seeing in the industry.
Thanks, Sarah. I appreciate it.